Hi, Tabby.
Hello, Janelle.
Good morning. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Good to
Yes,
see you again.
absolutely. Good to see you. Well, we're continuing our chats on advocacy. And this week, we're going to talk about our children. Heaven forbid,
Our children.
well, like all of our kids that we're here for.
Yes.
How do we include them? Well, when do we include them, and how do we include them in the IEP process? So I'm going to let you take the first question. Let's see, and give you a minute to kind of answer the question, when to include our children into the IEP process. We know that that's important. It's all about them, right?
Yes.
So we need to know a little bit more information about when to include them. All right, I'm going to start the clock and go.
All right, the short answer is you include your child as soon as possible. And so IDEA says children can be involved at any point, and the level of involvement, of course, is going to vary depending on the age of your child. But if you have a student who's in first grade, second grade, but they're getting pulled out for speech services, bring them in. Let them talk to you about what works well. When do they want to go to speech? Give them a choice so they know that they have a choice. I remember I brought my daughter to her first IEP meeting when she was like in third grade. Specifically for that, we wanted to talk about, when do you want this service provided? And I remember the director said, well, we don't usually have kids this young in IEP meetings. And I said, cool, well, we're not your typical family. So she didn't stay for the whole meeting, just a short time to share what worked well for her and what her preferences were.
Awesome. Great.
So Janelle, all right, so that's when do we include children, but the other part of that is how do we include our children? So I'm going to let you answer that question with 1 minute. See, we had to split the time today. Doesn't that stink when we share questions and split time? Okay, ready? Go.
All right. Well, I agree with Tabby. You try to get them involved as soon as possible. And how you do that is that when you're preparing for the IEP, you their involvement on it. So when you're writing your little parent report, you ask them questions pertaining to their education, help them or have them, give you their thoughts on everything, and then bring them into the IEP, like Tabby had mentioned, as early as you can. And think about it this way: even if you can bring them in, say hi to everybody in the team. I remember doing this with my son when he was only, I think, 4 or 5. Some of the people didn't know who he was, and he was in the classroom just down the hall. So they brought him in, and he came in and he said hello to everybody. And then we were able to have a discussion about the team. This is your team that's working to help you. And he started becoming the process. Oh no! And then he wrote his own reports and his own PowerPoints and really got involved in it. I'm sorry, I have to go over.
Go ahead.
So important. It's about our kids. So you want them to be involved in a part of their education process so that they can become advocates themselves. And it's their future. It's their life. They have to be a part of it.
Yes. And you know what? Sometimes kids think that mom and dad are going to this meeting to talk about them and all the teachers, and it gives them a lot of anxiety. They're really like, ooh, why are you talking about me? What are you saying about me? Bring them in and let them see this is not a scary thing. There's no reason to have anxiety. We all are here for you. We all want you to succeed. And we're just working together to do that.
Yeah, it can build their confidence too, to hear all the great things that everybody's saying about them, because you really want to include them for that part of the IEP when we're really talking about the great things.
Yes. And, I remember one time I wrote a goal for my daughter, the team wrote a goal for my daughter. We thought, oh, this is a really great goal. And then she's like, nope, not doing it. And we were like, and of course I'm like, come on, right? Like this, you need to do this. And the teacher's like, I'm not making her do it. And my daughter's like, So that's why you want your student there. You want their buy-in. You want them to have a say in their education. And what you do in that meeting is modeling for them how they're going to advocate for themselves in the future.
Absolutely. Great advice. All right. Well, we have to wrap it up because I know we're way over our time.
We are, yes.
The timer thing is just not working for us. But
we need like a full-length podcast.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching another episode of Advocacy That, and we will see you next week.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.